With that, though, I want to talk about specifically in this first segment of the show something that came out that I think is really, really exciting. And it is the Xbox first party roadmap, which I think is really something really special. Definitely wanted to take this first segment of the show to talk about it. So let's do it. Xbox first party roadmap. Now this is this came out, guys. Obviously, Rar, who is absolutely awesome. He's a Gears of War content creator. He posted this on his Twitter account. He says, Gears of War news coming soon. Let's hope it's what we all want. He used the hashtag Phoenix Collection. But what you're going to see here, guys, is the Xbox first party roadmap, which obviously goes back to 2020 and what we got kind of in 2020, which was a number of titles, obviously. Then you've got 2021, and now in 2022, some of the things that, you know, we can expect and some of the things that are going to be coming out here in 2022. But it's interesting because you've got things obviously coming out in 2023, a number of titles coming out in 2023, that being, you know, Redfall, Forza Motorsports, Starfield, Minecraft Legends, Ara, History Untold. But the big thing I think that's exciting is all these upcoming titles. So there's a number of upcoming titles now. The thing is that they don't have release dates. They don't even have a release year at this point in time. But what you'll see here, we'll see Deathloop is going to be getting an Xbox version. So is Ghostwire Tokyo. Avowed, which is awesome. Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, Contraband, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3, Everwild, The Outer Worlds 2 as well. And so when you look at like those, I mean, obviously some of those have had announcements already, that being like Avowed, Senua's Saga, which is Hellblade 2. We got the Perfect Dark. Obviously that was something that was announced and showed us like, you know, a teaser trailer. The same thing goes with State of Decay 3. Interestingly enough, that we got, you know, obviously with Everwild, you've got Outer Worlds 2. Those are all exciting things. Project Mara, which is going to be something that's a little bit interesting. All of these guys are upcoming titles, obviously, outside of obviously what's coming out in 2023. You got to take a lot of these with a pinch of salt, simply because of the nature of this thing, right? I mean, you know, I think we've seen a lot of titles get pushed back. Not very many have been pushed ahead of schedule, but a lot of them are pushed back a number of years, like Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, so on and so forth. So you got to take a lot of these with a pinch of salt. But then you've got Fable, Indiana Jones, Gears, The Elder Scrolls 6, and Kojima Productions title from, of course, Hideo Kojima himself, which is really awesome. So obviously, guys, what we're eyeing in on is Gears, right? So upcoming, obviously something's coming out for Gears of War. I mean, what it is tough to say. I'm saying it's going to be a Gears of War 6. Very well could be a Gears of War collection. That's all obviously possible as well. But that's the big one that we're really looking at. You know, when I look at these other titles that are saying upcoming, you know, to me at least, as I'm looking at this, a lot of these titles have already had announcements, but haven't gotten, you know, official release dates. And so I think that, you know, if I were a part of these other, you know, communities, there would be certainly a frustration, you know, to not knowing when they're coming out, especially games. A game that I'm really excited about, guys, is State of Decay 3. And ever since we got that announcement trailer, we haven't heard anything about State of Decay 3. And the same thing can be said with a lot of these titles. Even, you know, titles like, I mean, we've gotten a little bit more information about Fable, but like Avowed, Hellblade 2, I mean, you're hearing little snippets, but man, no release dates. I mean, all of those things is definitely frustrating. Elder Scrolls 6 obviously is probably the one that, you know, they had said ahead of time, that being Bethesda, they said that we're years and years away from a Elder Scrolls 6 coming out, which I totally understand, but at the same time, it'd be nice to have an, you know, at least kind of a ballpark idea of what we're looking at. I think it's important, though, even though I say that, I think it's also important that we kind of tone down the release date schedule, because what I'm getting at is, you know, if a developer gives us a release date, we kind of hold them to it. And then if they can't deliver on that specific date, then the community, there's just so much backlash, right? So I think I'm okay with them not giving us release date yet until we know exactly when this thing's going to come out, that being Elder Scrolls 6. But here's the thing. Gears is the one thing, I mean, there's a couple of these games that haven't, we haven't gotten like an announcement trailer or anything like that, but Gears is definitely one of those that we haven't, heard anything on, right? It's one of the few that we haven't heard, seen anything yet. Is it Gear 6? Is it, and the same thing can be said with like Kojima Productions, but we know that something's coming from Kojima Productions because Hideo Kojima himself came out and said it, right? That he was working with Xbox. So we don't know what the title is for the Kojima Productions, but, outside of that one, I mean, Gears of War is the other one that we haven't heard anything about up to this point in time. And so I think we're getting close, guys, to hearing, I'm hoping something, most likely, I know there was some talk here, Shadows, he tweeted back to RAR saying, not going to be a Gears of War announcement until 2023, likely. We'll be lucky to get something this year at all, to be honest. And then RAR said, isn't there any chance, any event coming up soon, any chance of news then? And Shadow said either Gamescom in August or the Game Awards in December. It all depends on what Xbox strategy plan is, because they're going to have so many games. Do they announce games years off like Gear 6 or focus on games releasing in the next 12 to 18 months? Well, I'm going to have a little bit of some pushback there. Because do they announce games years off like Gear 6 or focus on games released in the next 12 to 18 months? It makes more sense for them to focus on games that they're going to release in the next 12 to 18 months. But a game like The Elder Scrolls 6, I know it wasn't a part of Xbox at the time, but they announced that game, showed us a very quick like cinematic, and then, obviously they had announced that Elder Scrolls 6 was years away. But let's talk about games like Fable. I mean, Fable, that got an announcement. State of Decay 3 got an announcement years ago. And so what I'm getting at is that they could certainly at least just tell the community, hey, there's a Gears of War 6 coming, or something in the Gears of War universe is coming. They don't have to show us, like gameplay and things of that nature, but at least get some buzz going around it. My thought, guys, though, and I said this on, and I've been talking about this on the YouTube channel as well as on the stream, I think more likely than not, they're going to announce Gears of War 6 or the Gears of War collection or both of those things in 2023. Probably at the Xbox, game showcase of 2023, just because, if they showed it at the Game Awards, that'd be awesome. But I think Xbox strategy, especially when we talk about, the Xbox exclusives, they want to be able to release those on their own time and build the hype around them. So I would say probably next year is when we're going to be hearing it. I think it'd be cool to see it at the Game Awards. I think that would be awesome. I don't think it's likely. Same thing with Gamescom. I can't imagine them releasing a Gears of War trailer or something to announce Gears of War, and it wasn't under Xbox's kind of own showcase. But we could be wrong. Maybe they will show it. Who knows what Xbox's strategy is. But this is really exciting because we know that there's something from Gears of War and the Coalition that's coming outside of, the Coalition's, new IP they're working on, as well as they're helping out with the Perfect Dark reboot. So there's a number of games that are coming, and that's one thing that is a little bit, even though it's awesome, for Gears fans, I think what's tough about that is when you see all of these different games that are coming out, I mean, they may not want to really, talk about Gears of War for a while because they've got so many other games that are going to be coming out. And obviously Bethesda joined the fray with Xbox, and then you've got Activision Blizzard that are going to be joining in as well when that deal goes through. So there's just so many games from Xbox, which is awesome because Xbox is making an aggressive approach to be the console king, essentially. And that's great because that's good for all Xbox titles, especially the exclusives, because more and more people are going to be buying Xboxes to play these games, especially if they make games like Elder Scrolls 6, Call of Duty, so on and so forth, exclusive to Xbox. I don't see them doing that necessarily for all their titles, but a lot of them I think they will. This is very exciting though, guys, because Gears is on here. It's on here. It's still in the back of their mind, maybe. It's definitely something that we're going to be seeing more of, hopefully here very shortly. I'm excited about it, guys. Obviously 2023, they have a lineup. It's not a really big lineup, so I think that some of these games are going to be joining the fray here in 2023 for sure. Is Gears of War joining the fray in 2023? Probably not. Now, if they brought out the Gears of War collection, I think it would come out in 2023 if it's coming out at all. And then Gears of War 6 would be coming out in 2024 or 2025. But those are my thoughts, guys. This is exciting, though. The Xbox first-party roadmap. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Gears of War content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.